No, there's something I didn't tell you guys, right? I told the chat that I'd jump off if I got up here.
No. I got
Goodbye.
ultra zips.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Don't.
I survived.
Lol.
What the fuck, boys? I survived. I did it. I survived. What's up, guys? My name is Hayes, and I am a Tarkov player as well as a streamer. I've been streaming the game since March when they lifted their NDA from day one, and I bought the game about roughly a month before that, so I've been playing for roughly about 5 months now, and I've got to experience a fair bit of alpha. And I gotta say, this game is absolutely amazing. There's so many different features, such as gun mechanics, the skills, the factions, PvP, the PvE, realistic ballistics, many different guns, the in-depth weapon modding system, scav mode that allows you to play like an AI to gain gear when you might not have any, and also loot crates and item spawn inside of the maps. But the game also has its issues, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. The one largest one right off the bat that I want to kind of get out of the way is desync. Desync is a problem that they know about. They've been working on it, and they will continue working on it. So let's just put that aside. We all know how bad the desync is, especially for Oceanic players, but it will be fixed. They're working on it. So let's just put that aside for now. Now, what I want newer players to understand, especially all the people coming in the beta wave, as well as maybe even some of the people now that have been in the alpha stages of the game and who are still playing beta till today, this current beta is not an accurate representation of what the game has to offer, nor the spoils of the end game. Because what people are doing, right, is they're coming to this game, and I don't think any of these big YouTubers are doing anything to benefit the game in any way, because they come here, they play for a day, they get absolutely demolished by both scavs and other alpha players that have been playing this for a while, and then they put up a shitty review saying that the game is crap because they don't understand and they're not good enough to, or patient enough to play all the way till end game. I want you to imagine that this game is an MMO, because it does have a lot of MMO features and different things in the game, but you have to imagine it like an MMO in terms of from level 1 to 20, you're not going to judge the game. Why? Because it's level 1 to 20. You need to experience the end game in order to fully understand what the game is and find out, what the game has to offer. So until then, you can't really just put out a fucking review and assume that this is going to be the content for the rest of the game, because running around with a pistol and a hatchet desyncing wars is not what the game is, and in this current beta patch I feel like that's the only thing that has been representing so far. So looking forward, I'd like to see more an increase back again with the armor sets, because there was a decrease in the armor spawns because they're too OP right now, and I can agree with that, but I mean, there's ways around it, you know what I mean? You can shoot them in the legs, and literally we were in a leg meta for almost the entire alpha where people are running around with helmets and fortress armor and not being able to kill someone in the fortress armor because it would take 2 to 3 to 4 rounds from your weapon, from a 60 round mag or something, literally just to kill someone in only the chest armor. And if you were to shoot them in the legs, 2 to 3 shots, boom, that's it, they're dead, it's over. So right now we're in a beta stage, right? And I honestly don't think we should be here. There's no point in us being in a beta stage right now. We should still be in alpha, because really think about this now, okay? We have 3.5 maps out right now. Shoreline is only half of a map. They're going to be adding to it and expanding it later. Out of 10 maps, beta is supposed to be a near finished game where the only adjustments that they need to make are, maybe little bug fixes or hot fixes here and there before official game release. Right now we have to look forward to, a shit ton more maps, like 6 more maps, or 6.5 more maps, as well as hideouts coming out, as well as open world and questing. There's all these things. Oh, and on top of all that, a karma system, which I personally don't think is going to be a good idea, but we'll see how it goes. But my point is that all of these things are to come in the beta stages of the game. So basically, we're alpha testing all of these features to come when we're supposed to be in a beta stage of the game, and beta is supposed to be a finished product just on the verge of releasing, not a work in progress. And we're just alpha testing in a beta stage. I personally don't feel like we should be doing this, but I guess the more people in the beta, the better. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, my personal opinion, I don't feel we should be in this stage right now where we're letting beta players in. Even if they did pay for their shit, they should know what they paid for. If they paid to, for a chance to get into alpha, but they didn't get in, then what did you actually pay for? You paid for getting into the beta, so you gotta wait. And I want them to take the time and work on the game and polish the game so that when this whole wave of beta players comes in, it's a well-polished game that's ready for them to find little bugs and issues for game release, not this trash beta update that just came out where we don't have fortress armors because they say it's too OP, which is fine with me that they're taking it out, but my point is they took it out during the patch. The first day they were in, I found 4 fortress and 4 helmets. They nerfed the spawns by 80% from what I hear for both the fortress armors and helmets. Some other people have been telling me that they completely took out the fortress armor. Whatever the case, my point is that why would you do that in the middle of beta, in the middle of allowing players into the game? You took out a key feature in the game that we actually really needed in order to survive against AI scavs, because they're literally 180ing in a tenth of a second in murdering you. So it's really frustrating that we have to deal with these OP AI that weren't this way right before this beta patch, and on top of that, taking out the armor that we needed to survive against these AI. So patch today is supposed to be fixing the AI, which I'm sure should be a little bit better. We'll see how it goes, but there's a lot of adjustments that needs to be made to the AI, and I'm sure we're all aware of that. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's if you go and play offline mode, what I mean when I say there's nothing wrong with them, go and play offline mode. You'll see that there's a huge difference between the offline mode scavs AI and online. So it has to do something with either the connection or some kind of key features that's going on when they're actually, when you're playing in a match with other players and things. So hopefully they get those things figured out. But this was just kind of my overview, my opinion. To finish this off, guys, I want to say that I really do appreciate all the support recently on both my stream and as well as the rest of the cleanup crew members' streams. They've been doing awesome. Everyone's been blowing up, and there's been a lot more hype about Tarkov, which I really enjoyed. And I also want to say and finish it off with welcome, guys, to Tarkov. I'm sorry that beta isn't everything that everyone hyped it up to be. I told you so. But from here we move on. We're going to be beta testing. We're going to be reporting things that we find, to be issues. And we'll see what Tarkov has to offer for us in the future. Until next time, take care.